Hey, welcome back to the Lion Lawn. I hope you're all doing well. Got a sort of a different video for you today. For anyone who saw my last few videos or follows me on Instagram may have seen that I had a little bit of a dummy spit the other day about my hose reel in the backyard. I had a plastic, just a wind-up hose reel that I bought from the Big Green Shed, one of many that I've bought from there over the years, that fell apart while I was pulling the hose out, and it seems to be always the way. They last a couple of months and then they get, one of the tabs breaks or the handle breaks or the sun gets to it and it gets brittle and it snaps. So anyway, so I had a dummy spit, and I asked at the end of the video and on Instagram if anyone had any suggestions for good quality retractable hose reels that I could hard mount, to let me know. I had a lot of good suggestions in the comments on the YouTube video and a lot of good comments on my Instagram post, so thank you all for that. There were a lot of the same brands popping up, which is always good because obviously lots of people are supporting the good brands and they sort of make a name for themselves that way. And one of the brands that I was looking at was Delrico, which I've been following on Instagram now for a couple of months, and I sort of liked the way their reels looked. And it just so happened that on my Instagram post, Steve from Delrico saw that and he reached out to me and sent me a message, and he offered to send me out one of their reels free of charge for me to have a look at, try, test, put it through its paces and sort of report back. So in the interest of transparency, I'm going to test this hose reel today. I didn't pay for it, it was sent to me for free, but I'm an honest guy. What you see is what you get with me. So if they've sent me a reel that's awesome, I'll let you know. If there's some things that I don't like about it, I'll also let you know about that as well. So what I'll do is I'll pop this down on the ground, lift the reel up, and we'll have a good look at it, see what you get in the box, and then hopefully I'll go up and put it on the wall and see how it performs. Alright, there she is there. Now that's a 25 metre reel in the standard range. It's got a matte finish. You can get a matte or a gloss finish, I believe. Now the good thing I suppose about Delrico is they actually offer products that can match Dulux and Colorbond, so it's really easy to match them to your house or your shed or your fence or wherever you're going to put them. Steve did ask me what coating I wanted on mine. I said whichever one you want me to test, seeing as how I'm not paying anything for it, send me whatever one you want tested. So this is the matte finish on the standard, and I can tell you now, if it performs as well as I hope it does, and I think it will, I'll be ordering one from them in a Colorbond colour for the front yard so that it matches the house. So, but I will chuck their website and their Instagram in the description of the video below, so make sure you check that out. But let's have a look at the hose reel. I'll bring it a bit closer. So as you can see, it's quite a hefty hose reel. It's a very nice finish, quite heavy. A drop pin there, the mounting hardware, so just mount this piece to your wall, and then you can drop that in, pick it up and take it away with you if you want to move it front yard to backyard or whatever. The carry handle, that's pretty good, and it's finished beautifully. It's yeah, it seems to be built really well. So like I said, this is the 25 metre hose. What have they given me in here? There's a probably that looks like a 2 or 3 metre lead hose to attach to the outlet, and a Delrico branded trigger nozzle, which is pretty cool. Brass fittings by the look of it, which is always good, better than plastic. Feels like it's made fairly substantially, so that's good. So alright, now one of the beauties of this brand, I was doing a bit of reading before making the video just to make sure I had all my facts about them right. Now they actually claim that you can replace bits and pieces in here if you need to over the years. So they've been operating for 19 years, I think they said, or they've been in hose reels for the last 19 years, and they've still got some of their original hose reels that they made back in 2003 or whatever it was, that are still operating and still running, which is a pretty good testimony, I think. If something lasts that long, even if it started to then deteriorate after that, you wouldn't be too upset with it, I suppose. But yeah, it looks like they can pull it all apart, replace the bits in it, and get you back on your way, so you don't have to constantly buy whole new setups. The other feature that they've got is the I think it's the slow return system, SRS, so that when you've got the hose out at the other end of the yard and you give it a tug and you let it go, it actually winds itself back up slowly rather than just zipping up like some of the other brands, or like if you picture a tape measure does, whipping around, smashing into people, dogs, windows, those sorts of things. So yeah, right, so pull him out and lock him off, give it a bit of a test. Pretty slow, that's pretty good. If that was dragging across the front or the backyard near the cars or the dogs or the people, you wouldn't be too worried about that. But I will give it a test a little bit later on. I'll run it the length of the yard and let it go and see what happens. So, alright, so there's not much to it in the box. Let me have a look. Some Dynabolts, so you can put it into the brickwork or the concrete or whatever. That's always handy. Some plugs and some screws. They even provide you with a masonry drill bit. That's pretty good. I like that. That's a good touch, because chances are I wouldn't have the right size masonry drill bit, and I'd just blunt a normal drill bit, because that's how I roll. What else have we got? So yeah, so that's the mounting piece. It's a fairly standard design, I suppose. You see that on a lot of things. Air compressor hose reels and other hose reels all sort of operate the same way. You can get 90-degree swivel out of it, that's pretty cool. And an instruction flyer for how to install it and how to use it. Alright, why don't we go up to where I think I'm going to put it, and I'll take some tools up and see if we can't install it. Righto, this is the spot where I'm going to install the hose. It's on the corner of the house, just above the link taps and the tap. So, in the instructions it recommends 1.2 metres above the ground. I'm happy to go with that. Now I've measured that to be about this row of bricks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. So if I lift this up, it will sit about there. That seems about right. So we'll give it a whirl. Alright, watch me do this one. Right, mounted. So that seems pretty good. Nice and solid on the wall. Swivels. Alright, now this leader hose is way too long for what I need, so I will at some stage cut it down. But for the moment, I'll connect it up and see how it works. Again, really nice quality brass fittings that they've obviously had. I don't know if the logo will show you, but they've had them etched with their logo and stuff, like good quality gear that clearly they've thought long and hard about the lifetime of the product. Filling the hose up. Better go and get the nozzle.
So you see there, with the weight of the hose nozzle, it doesn't pull it back to the reel and fling it around, it does slowly drag it up. As soon as I picked the hose nozzle up and took the weight of it off the hose, just walked at a casual pace back, it reeled it up. No tangling, no overlapping in the reel, really good quality. Alright, so hose reel's installed. I'm very happy with it. The reason that they sent it out to me, well, one of the reasons they sent it out to me is because they're testing the colour stay of their product. So obviously in Australia, a lot of the things that we leave out in the yard get sun damaged and the colour fades out of them. Many moons ago, I had a little bit of experience in rubber products and plastic products used for playgrounds and those sorts of things, and I remember that was one of the biggest complaints from customers, is that the Aussie sun is just so harsh that it sucks the colour out of all of this equipment, and it fades and it looks awful after not a very long time. So these guys are working really hard with their R&D department, getting some coatings put on that keep the colour in. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I'm going to try and get some more information about it, but we'll put it to the test. We're coming into the cooler months here now, but over the next sort of 12 months or so, we'll see what it does, because you can see, like on the trampoline here, I'm not sure how good that shows up on camera, but that was a Christmas present for my daughter last Christmas, and as you can see, it's now faded and whatnot. It used to be really vibrant orange, which was a little bit of an eyesore in the backyard, but that's another story. So the fading's not so bad on that, but that's just what happens. So these guys are saying that their reels are not going to fade. The colour's going to last for a very long time, which is good. If you match it to your house, Colorbond have the same sort of thing. They very rarely fade. So time will tell. I'm going to tidy up this mess now. My cheeky stencil that I made behind the scenes, so that I didn't drill in the wrong spot on the wall. But I'll pack everything up now, and that'll do me. It's a shame that we've had so much rain. I haven't got any watering to do, but I'm sure in the next couple of days and weeks I'll get some use out of that hose reel. But really looking forward to seeing how it handles the sun, and even the cold weather, I suppose, seeing how the mechanism handles the cold weather we get here. So I think a big shout out is in order to Steve from Delrico Reels, who sent that out to me. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to giving it a proper test and seeing how it goes. If you want to check out their products, I'll put their website on the screen below here, but I'll also put a link in the description. Check out their Instagram page, and yeah, hit them up for more info, or alternatively send me a message and I'll pass the message on and try and find out what I can. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I will see you next time on the Lion Lawn.